up, man? Can you hear me? This always happens the first time. How come I never see you? No, I see your avatar. You don't see mine? Oh, hang on, let me do that. No, that's... Oh, I thought somebody else was joining in. I'm like, hey, they sound like me. Oh. We're in a feedback loop too. I just mean like we're repeating ourselves in my ears. Oh, do I? Oh, I do. You're right. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. Oh, so are they listening to me the whole time, the 60 people out there? Sorry, yeah. There we are, man. That's sweet. Point of reference. Do you have me? Is my video coming through? You don't see... Oh, I know why. I think I know why. Hang on. Yeah, let me cut over here. Now do you see me? Okay, perfect. What's up, everyone? Just getting it all laid out. Like a drink, alcoholic drink. Sure, beer does sound good. How is everybody out here today? I don't know if I'm muted. Can people still hear me? Or am I talking to myself? No video, just audio. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Dronetek will be back in a moment. He's getting himself an adult beverage. Sweet, man. So you guys can't hear me. So don't say anything stupid any more than normal. Any stupider than normal, I guess. Ah, good. Guys having any big plans this weekend? Anybody doing anything for Memorial Day? Memorial Day, right? I get Labor Day and Memorial Day always screwed up. My brain. Sweet. Thanks, Ryan. Modus operandi. Fist pump. Trump stable genius. Took the light, yes. Waiting for some good Q news, huh, Wild Pedals? Sweet. 5, PBR, man. That's right. The moral pejorative. My ninja from another sensei. I'm just reading your guys' if you didn't know that. I'm just kind of going through reading you guys' chats. So don't say anything too crazy. That's right. Celebrating some America. I hear you, Sundown. Yeah, I think they can because I've just been talking to them for a while now. Just been shooting this hashtag Shindy shit, if you know what I mean. Is Cindy in here, by the way? Because are we going to... I don't know if we scared her off. Did we finally scare Cindy off? Was she done with all the foul language? Huh. I didn't. I don't even know it. I don't think. You're silly. Stop it. Stop, you big silly savage. You're so special. You're a savage. We should. It's Fabulous. Cindy Benton.
I need to start going live here. Hello, everybody.
Yes, do it.
Hey. Oh, wait, there we go. There's the man. What's up, man? SJG.
What's up?
Hey. So, as you all saw, I changed the headline there to better reflect what I wanted to get into here tonight. And as you know,
I still don't know if I'm watching the stream. Oh, there you are. I'm a little behind. Okay, boom. Okay, sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why you should turn down your volume actually on the stream. Totally.
Me?
Because then it'll throw you off. Yeah.
Oh no, I do.
Okay.
I do have it down. I just was looking at it and I forgot there was a bit of a delay. So I'm glad I wasn't picking my nose because I didn't know we were live yet. I'm like waiting for it.
Oh shit.
Okay.
What's happening? There we go. Hold on.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, today, if any of you out there have been watching the news or if you've been reading news, I guarantee you've seen a lot of shit about this video that Trump supposedly tweeted out. Doctored. Everybody's saying doctored video. Oh my God, the Russians. They are losing their shit today over this video. So real quick, let me give a rundown of what happened. So Trump tweeted out a video of Pelosi stammering over her words during a press conference. There's nothing doctored about it. It's completely 100% legit. In fact, it was a Fox News piece, a Greg Gutfield, or maybe not Greg Gutfield, somebody. And so Trump tweeted that out. And then Rudy Giuliani tweets out another video that they keep saying is doctored. All that this person did was slow down the audio. That's it. They
keep turning it into. They turn it into that whole fake, the conspiracy, the what do you call it, the faking or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, it's fake. I mean, they're acting like Russia just launched missiles at the United States or something. I mean, they are losing their shit. And let me tell you something. I'm almost about to start clapping as I say my words like they do, but this is a con job going on right now. So, for one, Trump didn't tweet that manipulated one out. I'll say it's manipulated, edited, slowed down. And Giuliani was a dupe and fucking retweeted it like an idiot. That guy. I thought he was such a smart guy, but I don't know anymore. But anyway, so they're going crazy about it, and they're saying, "Oh, this is just proving." They're really upset that the tech giants, Facebook and Google, all these people aren't banning the video. They want it banned, and oh my God, they're not doing it, which means they're against us. They're trying to almost make it look like the platforms are on our side.
Yeah, that's what they're like. Wait a minute here.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
They're almost trying to make it look like it's so transparent and obvious what they're doing. And so besides the fact that and it's so funny, they're up there lecturing about, oh, people don't know what's real and what's not. And yet they themselves are misleading people by saying that Trump tweeted it when he didn't. And I think, SJG, you and I were talking about this, that the one that Trump tweeted is legit, and I feel like they're trying to divert from that or something.
Yeah.
That's
like, when I was watching it. That's what came to me. When I was watching that thing, I'm thinking to myself going, are they trying to exactly divert from that and just discredit the real one where Nancy Pelosi's like, I'm going to tell you 3 things. Okay. I want to cover, I'm going to cover 3 things. Yep. And she just sounds drunk, and she does sound like she's having a stroke on camera. Like it's like I'm watching that, dying laughing, and it is so blatantly not messed with. It's just Nancy. This isn't the only time she's acted like she's having a, that she fell down the steps and hit her head, and having a bit of a brain bleed. I mean, she acts like this a lot. That's how she is.
Yeah. And what's funny is that I've heard a lot of people in the media say, oh, this is just like when they were trying to make a conspiracy theory out of Hillary's health. And I'm thinking, but Hillary was having like obvious health issues, and the media was trying to cover that up. Like they were trying to act like it was all like, like she's falling over herself. She's coughing up alien eggs into her cups and shit. Do you remember that? And like flipping the fuck out over balloons. Like it was weird.
Remember the 9/11 thing in New York where they had to like rush her into the car because she was having some sort of a stroke or something, and she was like falling over.
She doubled over, almost fell. Yeah,
it's like you left one of your shoes on the sidewalk in your hurry to get out of here. I know. And then that was all proven. There's been documentaries done by several different people, not really even documentaries, but just that have covered that. And that was a a legit conspiracy in that she was having serious health issues. And it wasn't it Cernovich? I think it was Cernovich that was covering that for the longest time. And then it broke back in the day. It's kind of what put Cernovich on the map, is that he was saying there's something going on with Hillary. And then all the news broke and it was legit. She was having serious health issues. But the point I was going to finish earlier was, so then this fake video gets put out right now. Everybody break out their tinfoil hats right now for a second, because I'm not saying a big disclaimer. I'm not saying this is what's happening, but it almost is like, I wonder if the left didn't throw that fake video together, get it in the media cycle, right? Juliana picks it up, and Rudy Giuliani picks it up, and he sends it out. But that wasn't almost done to, like we were talking about, completely divert from the real video of Pelosi looking like she's having a serious issue with some dementia or whatnot. That's right.
That's a little too perfect. That they both happened at like the exact same time. Too complete. And just so people know what we're talking about, I'm gonna play what Trump posted here in 1 second, as soon as I can get the freaking video up here. Well, did I close it? Oh no. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna drag it over. This is what Trump posted. We had a little took a little longer on the floor. Custody of the border. Everyone, he started sending signals. The U.S., Mexico, Canada. If that's not the accurate character, some people call it after NAFTA, some call it NAFTA 2.0, working together to make past that. Not where the three things. There's three things. So that's what Trump posted, okay? And so there's another video.
Ryan, right? Or Dronetek, can I break in for a second?
Yeah.
There's two things I want to talk about right now. Okay, there's two things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
My fingers. Did you not see my video? Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. That joke went over like a lead.
Yeah, I got you. 4 fingers, okay, 2 things I want to talk about. Okay. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi sitting there holding up 2 fingers as she's talking about 3 things. Like, what the hell? And so the reason that Trump did this is because Pelosi was saying that he was crazy and dementia and messed up. And so Trump retweeted a Fox News video that was 100% legit. And so then this happens. Rudy retweets this video where literally it's just a little slowed down. And so she sounds a little drunk.
She just looks like, she sounds like she's had a couple, 1 too many.
Right.
Drinks.
But it's like anybody could have done that in a second. Just slow down the video. It's a super simple thing, and the media is acting like Russia intelligence put together some sort of like damning propaganda video, and it's maddening to me because we all know that they actually use doctored video. They doctored and I think it's the best example. They took doctored footage of Trump during a press conference talking with Arizona sheriffs about MS-13 gang members. All right, he's talking about MS-13. Mm-hmm. He calls them animals in response to one of their questions. The media cut out the question and then just put a video of him calling them animals, and then was like, "Oh, he's calling immigrants animals." And then literally, so they did that in 2018, and then 2019 rolls around, April, they do it again, the same video.
With the charlatan.
Right. Well, no, not that is another example. But I'm saying they took that same interview video in 2019, put it back out there, and then started saying that he was calling asylum seekers animals. Literally the same video. They had already been debunked. Right. They used it again. And so these are the same people now morally outraged over a slowed down video of Nancy Pelosi. What the fuck?
Right. Sorry, Cindy.
Sorry, Cindy.
And then don't forget the whole thing about him being a white supremacist, the most recent one, when they completely take out of context what he says in regards to being what happened in Charlottesville, right? And he's a terrible white supremacist that says Nazis are good people. That's just and there we could go if we wanted to like dig into this. There is, just episode after episode,
tons of examples of
material. Tons of material about.
I mean, the Covington thing was manipulated footage. The same freaking thing. They manipulated footage. They took a little snippet they wanted you to see, erased the black guys calling them crackers and all this shit. Erased the natives telling them to go back to Europe. They took that all out and then they created this whole
Well,
like
that's understandable
manufactured.
though, because you can't be white guys can't be if you're not white, only white people can be racist. So that's
Right.
why that's not a big deal when the Indian says it or the other people, because
Right.
it's only the white people that can be privileged.
But it's such a
that can
non-big
be
deal,
racist.
right? It's such a not big deal that they completely cover it up.
Yeah.
They completely bury
Right.
it. So,
Yeah.
but so that's what we're dealing with today is this shit, and it's going to continue into Sunday. The Sunday shows tomorrow, mark my words, are going to be wall-to-wall Nancy Pelosi shit about this video. Watch.
Right.
And
yeah.
on that note, I'm uploading a video in the morning on this topic, so check it out.
You know, the one thing that was really humorous though about this is just how there was the reason they can get away with this is from the doctored video, which is a little more pronounced when she just sounds like she's drunk, you know.
Yeah.
But the undoctored video is pretty close to that, and it's not been messed with. And
right.
And she is just such a stumbling idiot that I think there was something going on. She might have, maybe she got the wrong pill box in the morning on that one and took the wrong medication or something, because she definitely didn't seem all super kosher.
Right, and you have to wonder that this reaction seems, I mean, on its face, how can people look at this reaction and be like, oh, this is normal? I mean, seriously, go to Google right now, all of you, Google Nancy Pelosi video, and you're going to see, like, lamentations like you haven't seen in a while. Like, they're going nuts. And going after Facebook, why aren't you deleting this video? Why is this video still up? What the fuck?
Well, there's a good question, too, though. I have a question on that. Why... obviously, why wouldn't what is Facebook's game on this? It's like, why are they not taking it down? Because if this was anything to do on the right, that the right was, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they censor stuff so immediately on the littlest kind of lie, or the littlest kind of something inappropriate, they censor it. Are they leaving this up just because the media is pushing the narrative so hard against Trump that he put up these doctored videos, and that's what's going to be the narrative now? So are they leaving it up just to let it cycle because they know everybody on Facebook's going to see this and immediately then hear the wranglings of what the media is saying, is just think, oh, I can't believe Trump did this. And there's, you know what I mean? I wonder if that's one of the reasons
that
why
is.
Facebook's, because you would think Facebook would pull it,
No, look, they're not doing it because it's giving the media the perfect, it's a foil. I mean, it's all working in concert. You're absolutely right. And I didn't put anything like that in the video. I wish I would have now, because I think you're absolutely right about that. They definitely are leaving it up there because then it allows the media to keep reporting this crap and being like, and to give the left the idea that they're the ones like, the Facebook's not putting down these fake videos of our politicians, and I want to play a couple more videos here.
It's a win-win for them, because the left can say, see that Facebook doesn't do our bidding, doesn't do our wishes. They're not pulling this video down. Meanwhile, they can keep this in the news cycle and cycling it around to the drive-by people that aren't really looking into the facts on this, and they can just get this bad image of Trump in their mind. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yo, absolutely. It gives them, because they've been acting like, the idea that the tech giants have been censoring conservatives is absurd and a conspiracy theory. And now this will just reinforce on the left. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's ridiculous. Look, they're doing it to us. They're not taking down this video. It's all, and another thing is that they're using it as an excuse. They're out there saying, oh, look, this is more manipulation of our elections. It's another excuse and justification for them to get rid of opposition, which is a topic I talk a lot about in my videos. They want to rid themselves of opposition completely, criminalize opposition even. And this is just this is like they're using this as like evidence to be able to do that. Let me play this video real quick. It's funny because I already played something from this page, but check this out. This is a great example how I always talk about how the Democrats and the media coordinate on their talking points, and Nancy Pelosi's office right off the bat said that, it's a doctored video, and then see what happens.
This is jarring. A doctored video that attempts to make it look like Nancy Pelosi.
Oh man, what's happening? My video.
There.
Let's redo this. That never happens. What the hell?
This is jarring. A doctored video that attempts to make it look like Nancy Pelosi is slurring.
Okay, well, for some reason that video does not want to play. You know what? 1 second.
There it goes. Oh.
No, it's not. It's not playing.
That's buffering. Yeah.
Anyway, but I'll see if I can pull that up here. I have it somewhere. But while I'm doing that, maybe
I wish I could share my screen and hear what you are doing. It's like we got to figure that off. I mean, or figure that out.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't ever hear. But go ahead.
Well, what I need to do is see if I can. I think I deleted the. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I'm gonna minimize you. Sorry, guys. I know this is like not very.
It's all good. That's funny. Who said a modus operandi told me to say quit saying doctored SJG. Slowed down. Sorry, my bad.
Here we go.
To make it look like Nancy Pelosi is slurring her speech. Crudely edited videos, doctored.
It's incredible. They're doctoring videos. The president is sending around doctored videos.
Again, a doctored video.
Retweeting that doctored video.
Peddling a doctored video.
Tweeted out a doctored video, completely manufactured, falsely a
doctored
video. Create a false impression.
The doctored one, here it is.
Can you just explain how these videos even work? How it's possible to make these?
These are doctored.
We say a doctored video.
That doctored video not being an issue, the fact that it's a doctored video is exactly the issue. One more time, the president sending out an edited video that's simply not true of the Speaker of the House.
So right there at the end, she said the president sent out. The president did no such thing. Did no such thing. The video that the president tweeted out was absolutely 100% not doctored. And so, yeah, it's like, what the hell? They're definitely trying to conflate the two.
No, and it is. I mean, that's what that's how they operate. It's
right.
To confusion. You know, it's all about the confusion, and it's about
how messed up is that?
Well, as if we're not used to it by now. I mean, it is messed up, but it's to be expected. I mean, it's what they do. You know, I don't know. It's mind blowing though how, and then like every other thing you just touched on too about how this is constantly what the left does when they misrepresent. Now maybe they're not slowing down or doctoring a video or putting out a fake video, in the sense of like changing someone's face to say something they didn't say. But in essence, that's exactly what they do when they take these videos out of context, when they put these clips up and then they push it through the memo cycle of like everybody in the echo chamber of all the left, the pundits and the left, and the right does it too. It's not just the left. I mean, when there's something that cycles through, it's on any kind of media, but they just pound that, and everybody, it's like they're reading from a script. They all say the exact same words, and it's just programming us. It's trying to program us, program us of what they want. And so it's in essence the same exact thing of a doctored video, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a part of what this is all about. It's a smokescreen. It's subterfuge. They constantly do it. They constantly attack their opposition, the Republicans, conservatives, the right, whatever you want to say. They are not objective sources. They are left-wing, you know, propaganda outlets. But that they will constantly accuse the other side of doing exactly what they're doing. And that's what they're doing now. I mean, and there's a video, and you'll see it. I'm not going to play it now because I played probably way too much video like that. They're going to get me. But the algorithms are coming after me like the squid monsters in the Matrix. They're like on their way through the tunnels after me right now. But in these videos on CNN, they're like, people just don't know what's real and what isn't for their politicians. It's like, fucking A, and thanks to you.
Right. Here's another thing I wonder if they're setting up, though, and I've wondered about this, you know, with these. I remember Glenn Beck last year talking about the fakes, you know, the video fakes, and where you can fake somebody into saying something. And he's like, it's going to completely in the next couple years change, that we won't even be able to believe our own eyes. And I've heard pundits already saying that around this. But I wonder if it's because they are, and this also could play into this. I'm whiteboarding right now. Okay. So break up the tinfoil hats. But I wonder if let's just pretend for a second the left did put the doctored video out, or sorry, the slowed down video out, and just to take away from the real video of Pelosi. Let's just pretend for a second they did that. What could be the long ball game for that? The long ball game for that could be to say they're planning on, when it comes into the election cycle and down the road here, to put out a lot of to be putting out to be able to discredit Trump with things As I'm working through this, I hurt my brain a minute. I wonder if they're setting it up almost like a false flag down the road here. They're setting us up for that we won't be able to believe what we're hearing or seeing because it's a faked video. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Like they'll find like something damning will come out. They'll find something about it to latch onto to divert from that. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's everything that they do. Like everything that they do is centered around that. That's around how that it's almost like chess, and they're already playing down. Like, how can we use this?
Well, and it's probably because they know Biden's going to be most likely going to be the running mate, and he's going to stick his foot in his mouth so many times. They're going to be like, "Oh, that was a faked video. Joe didn't say that about the little kids," or you know what I mean? They're going to set it up to where they can maybe insulate their guys later on down the road of saying that was a fake video. That was a fake video.
I mean, no matter what, all you can guarantee, and it's funny, they're doing exactly what I'm not saying I'm some sort of soothsayer on this. I think we've all kind of get the pattern at this point, but it was so obvious. It's so funny. It's like, here again, what are they doing? Circling the wagons around the Democrat, attacking the critics. I mean, that's attacking the critics of the Democrat. That's what they always do. I say in my video, it's like, the media is so corrupt and so fucking vile that they're everything that George Orwell ever warned us about. Like,
they're worse.
I don't know what to do about it,
man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what to do about it. I mean, all we can really do is what we're doing now, and just hope people. Yeah.
But then they're shutting that down too. They're going out of their way to shut that down, which is a great time to plug. Signing or to follow. Are you on Minds, Drone?
Yes, I am.
Minds.com.
Yeah,
that is a great time to plug like Minds, to plug our Discord channel, plug BitChute, to plug, you can find Dronetek on all of these, either on Minds or BitChute. You can find me on Minds, SJG Perspective, and BitChute. Please, guys, go subscribe. I mean, subscribe to our regular channels. Obviously, you're here, you're subscribed to. Subscribe to mine too, but subscribe off of YouTube, because YouTube is, and the mainstream media, or the mainstream, Silicon Valley tech giants, they are in full pursuit right now of the 2020 election, and they know how much that social media played in the run up to this, and they underestimated it then, and they're not going to make the same mistake. So they're doing what they can right now to get a handle on that and shut it down. They absolutely
my face is like
are.
Bright red. Not to cut you off there, but my face looks bright red. I don't know if it does to you guys, but
are you having a stroke? You're not stuttering.
I don't think, no, not yet. But I just look like cherry red for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, dude, you're absolutely right. You guys definitely go check out like our BitChutes, our Minds. We got to get off. We got to somehow get off these platforms because they hate us. They fucking hate us. So
they do.
And they're going to do, like you said, guys, how I constantly repeat myself about how they rationalize their actions, and they can rationalize fucking anything. As we get closer and closer to 2020, that tick in their head, those mental gymnastics in their head are going to get crazier. They're going to justify. I mean, I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because they're going to go overboard. I know they will. And they're going to expose themselves, I think. I think they already have, but, even more. Hopefully, and it's going to lead to another Trump win, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it will too. But that's one of the things that doesn't worry me, but it's like, it kind of does. I'm like, when Trump wins again, I want him to win again. But when he wins again, can you imagine the outrage we thought 2020 was bad. Now they've lost their shit the last 3 years of his presidency and doing everything they can to take him down. If he wins again, it's going to be crazy. It's
right, because they're at that point. Yeah, at that point, a lot of their crazy folk are going to feel very justified in taking action and that sort of thing. That kind of language is going to ramp up for sure. They'll start saying, "Oh, he's not going to leave." They did the same thing with Bush, by the way. The he's not going to leave office thing. They pulled that same shit with Bush. Right. They were like, "Oh, he's not going to leave office. He's a dictator." That's one thing a lot of people I think don't realize, maybe because maybe they weren't as focused in on politics when Bush was president. But it's like we're reliving it. It's the same shit. It's just ramped up. It's ramped way up. But it's all the same stuff. I mean, and even with in my video tomorrow, I talk about how they doctored footage of John McCain in some cases back when he was running for election to screw him over. And it's like, oh yeah, they act like they love him now. Like he's this big hero. But when he was running for president, they were saying that, he wanted to bring back slavery, and they were doctoring footage to screw him over. So, this is nothing new.
Who do you think is going to get it? I mean, do you think it's going to go to Biden, and do you think he's going to run it with like Kamala, or do you think what do you think? Who do you think is going to get in?
I think they're kind of crazy to go with Biden, because the videos of him with the kids are just going to be everywhere constantly. I mean, they already are. But maybe that won't even matter, because it seems like people on that side, they think it's cool for a 11-year-old boy to go to a strip club and strip for money.
Right.
As a drag queen. So,
Desmond's amazing. Yeah, no, I did a video on that one, and it's so crazy. I was just hearing a video, and I don't know if it's real or not. I want to double check it, fact check it, but I heard a video that they are in California right now. They are trying to get past legislation or get within the school district. So they're teaching 5-year-olds that there's 15 different genders. Like kindergartners or first graders, there's 15 different genders.
That's the first time I've heard a number to quantify it.
Yeah,
usually
exactly.
They say it's unlimited.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly. I think that I think they probably, to try to get it to the a teachable curriculum, they have to try to narrow it down a little bit. But it's just insanity. There's just so much insanity right now. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. And it seems to me, I mean, and since we're getting conspiratorial tonight, we've gotten a little conspiratorial. We
didn't land on the moon. Is that what you were going to say? Because we didn't.
No, we
I'm
did.
just going to piss some people off.
Oh, okay, good. Nice. I like it. But, yeah, and what were we just talking about? I lost my train of thought.
You said if we were going to get conspiratorial.
Oh, yeah. About what were we? Yeah, but.
What's in that vape pen, dude?
Yeah. You know what's in it. Oh, there I go getting red again. Jeez.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Klein Time said 2 genders equal biology. Yeah, that's science, though. Klein Time. We don't.
The 2 genders thing. The 2 genders thing. Okay, I'm back on that now. So.
Okay. Go.
To get conspiratorial here, the like that Russian guy, the Russian KGB guy who defected, he talked about this kind of thing, that they had a long game going, which included shit like this. And personally, I think, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, maybe I have, this whole thing about like accepting crazy delusions, like, if this person said, men can have babies now. And just going along with that and not thinking anything of it. Like, that's just normal, right? I think that's all like an actual tactic to brainwash mass amounts of people. Because if you go along with that, something that is objectively just not true, like they've rewired something in your brain where you're going to believe whatever the fuck they tell you to believe, Yeah. And they'll just pressure you into that. There was a Star Trek Next Generation episode, and I've talked about this before, but I'll do it again. Anybody who's ever watched that, there's an alien race called the Cardassians, right? And they kidnap...
The Kardashians?
Yeah. They kidnap Jean-Luc Picard, who's the captain of the Enterprise. They take him into a room and they start torturing him. They have some sort of device that inflicts pain on him. Well, when the torturer gets in there, he lights up these lights above him, and there's 5 lights. Or I'm sorry, there's 4 lights. And he asks him, how many lights do you see up there? And every time he says 4. And every time he says 4, he shocks him, tortures him, makes him feel a lot of pain. And his whole point is to try and get him to say there's 5 lights, because once he says that, then he's got him. He's beaten him. And I feel like that's what's going on a mass scale.
Well, that's probably what happened to Pelosi. That explains it. She's like, I have 3 things to say. 3 things.
Yeah, her programming is definitely gone haywire.
That's tied into also, that's tied into the post. A lot of this intersectionality and identity politics and PC culture, social justice warriors, all of that is birthed out of postmodern thought. That has like the underlying pinnings of that is postmodern thought. And postmodern thought basically says, and I'm just very watered down on this, not going into deep stuff about it, because I don't know super deep stuffs about it. I'm learning, but the basic principles of that is that there is no truth. Everything's subjective. All of what we see with our society and our rules is a construct set up by the patriarchy. So we tear that down and we call up down and down up, and we call white black and black white. And that wasn't a racist term. I'm just saying, using that as an analogy. That's why when it comes to biology and when it comes to, sex and it comes to gender, we have conflated it, and we've said that sex and gender aren't the same, and you can be whatever you want. You can be the two-spirited, unicorn, if you will.
The two-spirit.
And,
yeah,
the two-spirit, whatever. And so that's really the underpinnings of it that is flow. And I find it so fascinating that that's what's directing our culture, and it's directing it away from, objective truth, right? There's objective truth in this world. And you can't have this kind of a ideology and mindset work, this postmodern stuff, if you have any kind of objectiveness, because objective rational logic doesn't work in postmodern theory, right? So that's why this is happening. It's crazy, but that's why it's happening, and nobody seems to get it.
Right. Well, I mean, is it being directed though? Is it on purpose, or is it just sort of a natural flow?
Oh, I think it's being directed. I think it's being directed, and by who? I mean, it's like the crowd that wants control. It's this crowd that wants to, brainwash us and tear down all society's norms so they can rebuild it the way they want to. They want to tear down everything that's normal in our society and our culture, tear it down and burn it down so that they can reconstruct what in their mind would be the perfect, societal environment.
Right. And that when Michelle Obama said something around to that point, when she said something about we have to change our history and tear down. She said something about tearing down and rebuilding. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she said something to that effect. And yeah, it's definitely what they're trying to do. I mean, and that's all kind of part of cultural Marxism and all that shit.
Right.
So,
yeah, I know. And it's so funny too, on that note, is that the people that are cultural Marxists, right? They mock, and these postmodernists and these Marxists or whatever, this intersectionality crowd makes fun of the term. The far leftist crowd because as I've been doing some research, they make fun of the term cultural Marxists, right? They say that's a made up term. They say there's no such thing as a cultural Marxist. And because Marxism was against postmodernism, so you can't be a cultural Marxist and intermix the two, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me coming up with a term that describes in essence what it is that your ideology promotes is a made-up term, but we can have 7,500 different gender identities, and that's not a made-up term? And these same turds that say this are the same ones who say science doesn't exist, are the very same, I don't want to swear, but are the very same left turds that are going to tell you that the global warming science, that the global warming is settled because science has settled global warming, which in and of itself is a funny thing to say, that science is settled,
right?
Because science is never fully settled.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It just keeps going.
Right. Especially theoretical, stuff that we can't, I mean, in the sense of biology, it's settled. We can put it under a microscope and we can actually physically, experimentally prove this is what this is. This is how the XY and the XX chromosomes work, and so on and so forth. This other science that's quote unquote science is theoretical science that is proving itself to be false in the models that they've presented. And yet the same people that are going to tell you there's 7,500 genders are the same ones that are going to tell you global warming's happening and the science is settled and you need to get on board or you're a science denier.
Right. I've always been a big science guy ever since I was young. And I hate that the left is like taking it over like it's theirs. Right. You have to, if you don't agree with us, you're anti-science. And by the way, men can have periods. And it's just like,
that's why I think we should start referring to everybody by their chromosomes, because then how do we, it's like you're either XX or XY. Are you an XY or are you an XX? You know what I mean? I almost feel like that because, and I get confused on the two here, but if you have an XY chromosome, I'm sorry, you can't have a baby. That's not going to work. I got that right? XY is male, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe so.
sure.
Yeah. Right, you don't have.
You're going to go with that.
So.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to derail our conversation from Pelosi to that.
No, that was fine. In fact, we need something to segue into. I was actually on Newsbusters trying to find something that pissed me off.
The thing that oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
I thought you were going to say something. Yeah. Klein Time said, I love global warming. I do too. I hate it when it's cold as shit outside. It is the thing that bothers me that we're doing right now. And I want to believe that Trump is not but he's going to ultimately, it's going to fall on him. And I know we got a lot of Trump supporters here. I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but this whole war thing, I know it's my kick. I get on this kick once in a while, but this whole like Iran, this saber rattling we're doing in Iran right now. And that obviously we were doing in Venezuela and with China. It's like, come on, man. One of the reasons why everyone got on board on electing Trump and supporting Trump was that he was going to get us out of these endless wars.
Right.
And now we're getting right back into them, and maybe some major ones that are going to not end well for anybody.
Right.
And Ron Paul basically said, he was talking in an article or a news he recently did about how he really believes that it's Pompeo and Bolton pulling the strings right now and got Trump in a rock in a hard spot.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's going to fall on our president, whether or not he continues to go along with this or he stands by what he said in regards to not letting us get involved in this stupid crap. It worries me a little bit, and it's frustrating me.
Yeah, it does look like they're trying to set up something, and I was a gung-ho Iraq war guy, Afghanistan war guy. Obviously, I've changed my opinion on that over the years, and I kind of see the same thing happening again. It looks like it's like trickling in and especially now with Trump selling, using the executive powers to sell weapons to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, right.
Now they're going to start getting into skirmishes where Iran is like attacking, and then we're going to use that as a condition for invading Iran.
Right.
I hope that doesn't happen either, because that's not going to end well for anybody. In fact, that sounds like a good way to spark a world war, and I definitely don't think we need to be heading that direction.
No, and that's exactly what I think it would do, unless cooler heads on the other side really prevailed, is that because Iran and Russia, they're allies, right? And I mean, in Syria, and then you got China, and China's allied with Russia too, and then we're pissing on Russia right now over there in the Spratly Islands in South China Sea. So it's like this has the potential. We're literally standing in a tinderbox, and nobody seems to get it because we're so caught up with all these other domestic things going on with the Russia collusion and all this other shit that we can't raise our voice as a. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against Trump, but I think if we're going to be honest people, we need to say, I support you here. I just support you here. I support you here. But I'm not just going to support something just because I'm trying to support my president. If he's doing something wrong, I think it's our place to say, whoa, slow your roll here, man. This is a bad idea. Why are we doing this again? Why, how does it make any sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think it's going to happen. I'm more worried about China than anything. I mean, you got them, taking over these islands and international waters and shit, and they're going to go to war with Taiwan at some point. We've already said we will defend Taiwan. We're in a trade war with China. I mean, you're right. We're in a tinderbox here, and that kind of tinderbox will not end well for any of us. So we don't want to go that way. And I think we probably need to be louder and to say more. But I mean, most of the people on the right and that support Trump are probably gung-ho war nuts anyway. A lot of them. So I'm not sure if that's. Well,
I've been surprised. I've thought that too, and so I've laid out my disclaimers because like I said, there's so many things I support our president in, and I support him overall. But it's like like American Joe and a few of these other channels that are like hardcore, just patriots. They actually are saying a lot of the same thing. I think it's not. It's surprisingly, who is not raising their voice loudest about it. Again, it's the Democrats.
Right.
It seems more conservative. The ones who are like, no, let's not go to war. Why are we doing this? And the Democrats who have been notoriously anti-war in the past are the ones who are staying suspiciously silent on all this.
Well, not only that, but they're saber rattling with Russia, using this language. Oh, we were attacked. Anytime I hear that, it's like, whoa, like what is that? Because if Russia attacked us, what does that mean? Are we at war? Like what?
Right.
and I think going to war with Russia, although I think we could handle Russia, I mean, ultimately they have nukes that they would have no, hesitation in, completely showering us with.
Right. And well, and what's also interesting about that is, again, who was the hardest core people that were against Russia was the left. I mean, primarily was those on the left and the left-wing media. And they're the ones who have thrown so much propaganda out there about Russia. I am not an apologist for Russia or trying to say Russia is this whole pure and holy whatever. I'm not saying that, but you have to understand, our media constantly demonizes them at every single turn and paints in our minds that they're the big bad evil boogeyman, when I'm sure Russia or Putin is messing with or has probably tried to influence or mess or screw with our politics in some way or another. It didn't have any major impact in any way.
Yeah.
But let's be real here. So do we, man. We do that. That's what countries do to other countries. That's like we do that all over the place. We did it in Venezuela when we're trying to put Guaido in place. And we've done, how many coups have we been involved in other nations because we wanted to put somebody in there that was going to be sympathetic to our, and it also doesn't make sense that that we would then point the finger so hard at Russia saying you're screwing with us when we support it everywhere else. I don't know. It, to me, I feel a bit of a I don't know. It's a bit of a distraction, and I don't think Russia's quite as evil as we want to say they are. China, on the other hand, I don't think much. China scares me because they are Muslims in internment
camps right now. Like,
I know
they're like a genuine, like, hardcore Nazi-esque kind of society.
Right. So, it's funny because I was talking to somebody about that, and they were using. They were talking about Russia, or they were talking about China and lifting up Mao and saying, of course, it was terrible that 50 million or 100 million people died under Mao. But, this person's a communist, or, believes a lot in the communist type ideology. And they're like, but what Mao was trying to do wasn't necessarily a bad thing. And then restructuring the society and the socio-political landscape. And then they also mentioned how that's why what Mao did is why China is doing as well as they are right now. And this same person, though, would rail against immigration, like here, like unmitigated immigration. This person that I was talking to fully supports all kinds of immigration, and that ICE is evil and ICE is terrible. And I thought to myself, so you think China's not that bad, and you think the reason they're doing well is because of the communistic, from centuries or decades prior from what Mao did. And that's what's made them powerful now. But, we talked about the social credit score. We talked about all these other things that they do. But I'm thinking to myself, you do realize that China's pretty homogenous. They do not have immigration problems in China, right? They're a very nationalistic country. And that's maybe another reason why. And again, this isn't some white nationalist, don't get me wrong, rant here. But they have stringent immigration rules. And they are not just letting everybody in and have this crazy welfare state. And that's also one of the reasons why they're doing so damn well. Not just because of communism, because they've kept a pretty homogenous society. And those people that have come in, they come in and they become Chinese people and active part of the Chinese culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's going on there is, like you said, being homogenous is a pretty powerful thing, just because everybody can be united on one goal. And when you're in basically a communist dictatorship, that just reinforces what you already. It makes it a little easier to do. Just dictate basically where you go. And I don't get why. And you know what? It's the Democrats that seem to be more aligned with the Chinese in most cases as well, left wingers, and a lot of left. Again, the Chinese flag is a hammer and sickle. You want to find hammer and sickle flags? Go to any left wing Democrat rally. You're going to find people waving a hammer and sickle flag. So
Anthony Talamo said, Iran and USA don't want war. It's all posturing. Calm the F down. I agree with you, Anthony. It is posturing. Yeah. The problem that I'm having with this kind of posturing is that slight miscalculation with this many troops and this much gear over there. And somebody there's a slight miscalculation that could set some shit off that's not good. And then it also is a perfect breeding ground for some, some sort of false attack to take place by some sliver group or some, jettison group that wants to see something bigger start, so almost a false flag type of attack. So that's, I think, why I'm a little more uptight about it.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm probably gonna get around to wrapping this up soon. Is there anything you kind of wanted to just get out there before we get out of here?
No, I think that was.
Channel?
I think I kind of talked my ass off there at the end. I would like. I think I've seen some names in here that haven't aren't on my stream. I would love to invite some people over to subscribe to me over on SJG Perspective. I'll put the link back up here right now for you guys. And
definitely sign up to SJG. He does great work. You guys will love it. It's funny as fuck. Sorry, Cindy.
And I'm going to be getting some new parodies out here soon. I've been just so busy doing other stuff. I'm working on a couple right now that hopefully I can get them out soon.
Yeah,
so
man. Awesome.
Anyway, yeah.
And
good times, but
I don't think you mentioned it briefly there, but we have a Discord channel. If you guys want to come,
yes,
I will put the link here in the chat. You definitely should come check us out. We're trying to build up. We're getting bigger and bigger. Let's see here. I got to make sure this doesn't. Anyway,
shut the whole shit off.
Yeah, I will post the link in channel, but definitely come and check us out. And I appreciate everybody coming. And we don't usually do it on a Saturday night. We don't usually do it on a Saturday night, but you had the idea. I think it was a good idea. We had a pretty good. We had about 130 people on for most of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to shoot me a message. SJG, any of us, come check us out in Discord. Discord members, typically we have some of you guys run as moderators during our live stream, and we always need people for that. We don't have one tonight, so we could have used one. Any of you guys are interested in doing that, come to our Discord.
Yeah.
And
that's about it. Yeah. Just don't forget to subscribe. And like Dronetek was saying, I think these Saturday night things might work good, and we can we got a couple other people we should get in, or even have them in instead of me. But this is a good time to do it, and we can both get on at the same time. So I like it. It's a good time.
Yeah, and the reason we're doing the Discord channel really is just to bring people in, bring like-minded people in, so we can work together. Because when we're here on YouTube, it's an uphill battle for us constantly.
I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm interrupting Cal. Klein Time said live call-ins is a good idea. That's it. That is a good idea.
Collins? Oh yeah. I need to figure that out. As you can see, I'm still pretty amateur, guys. I went from posting news clips to doing the videos, the webcam videos, to doing live streams like this. So still learning, still figuring it out. Thankfully, I got guys like SJD to help me out. Come on here and talk with me. Because if I had to get out here and just talk by myself, it would not be very good. So he definitely adds to it, makes it better.
Sweet. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Jerry Singleton. Singleton just subbed to me. Woohoo!
Jerry,
one sub up. Way to go, Jerry. That's all.
Be cool like Jerry.
Oh, so did Klein Time. I just subbed. Yeah. I got 2. Booyah! Right on. All right, guys. I appreciate. Thanks for having me on, Drone, and I will leave it to you to sign off. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Come again. We'll do it again soon.
Are we still live? You're. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Bye.